Welcome to another episode of the Get There podcast. I am your host, Jennifer Kline. I am joined today by the absolutely amazing Megan Clark with Ember Collective. I cannot wait for you guys to meet her, hear her story. She is a powerhouse, actually someone who I just happened on social media and I just loved your whole vibe, and you're absolutely adorable and you do so many cool, amazing things that I just live life vicariously through you. So we're going to hear all about her today and Ember Collective. And really, if you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how Ember Collective started. And
Sure. So I'm a Navy veteran, and I grew up in a pretty traumatic household, traumatic childhood. So that was kind of my escape to go join the military. I did that, law enforcement, got out of law enforcement, worked in aviation, did Etsy ×2.
Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
If you hear Megan, she said that she is an Army veteran, was a police officer. This girl, if you see her in person, she's what? 4'11". You're
yeah,
like, I'm only 5 foot and I feel tall around you. So
yeah, I'm 4'11".
She is an absolute little mini powerhouse, and I love that. So the fact that you're just glazing over those things.
Oh, yeah.
So can we just touch on really quick, like, what is it like being a woman? And I know this question is out of left field for you, but it's literally just came into my head to ask you. What is it like being a woman in a mainly male-dominated profession? But not only that, being a very small, feminine, you're very feminine and cute, like in an industry like that. Like, it's got to be intimidating.
It can be.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of, so in the Navy, I was a firefighter. And then when I got out, I was a law enforcement officer. So it takes a lot of, like, really believing in yourself. A lot of it growing up, as I was really young when I was in the Navy, was proving myself. Like, I had something to prove.
I love that.
I think so many women, regardless of your size, height, whatever, they get into a male-dominated industry, whether it's corporate, law enforcement, police, firefighting, whatever have you, and they just feel like they have to prove themselves. There's so much pressure to prove yourself. So initially, it was really me, like, proving myself that I could do it. It didn't matter my size. I could pull my weight. And then as I got better and I learned more and I was more educated and I had my background and I had my training, it was more confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence started shining. So when I was a cop, it was more confidence that came through. And honestly, on those jobs, you have to. You have to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Because if they see an ounce of that's my end, then they're taking it.
Yeah, and taking it on. I love two things that you said. A, prove yourself. I know for me, I grew up in a household that was I had drug and alcohol abuse. My mother died when I was young. So for me, I was always proving to the world, like, no matter where I came from, like, I'm going to make it. And I've had people say, like, oh, you have such a chip on your shoulder. But, like, my chip on my shoulder is who's made me who I am. So I love the fact of proving yourself. And then once you become a professional in whatever it is that you're doing, you just have that confidence that exudes you going in no matter what. So that's amazing. I literally just lost what the second thing was. So
that's fine. It'll come back. It will come back.
Well, awesome. Okay, so thanks. I just had to interrupt and go there.
Fine.
So tell me a little bit about after the military.
Yes.
Being a police officer.
I did that. I went back to college as a pregnant adult because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Nope.
And then I went back to Oklahoma City in June of this year, and that's when it really kind of hit me. Everything kind of fell into what my purpose was. I saw a couple of people I haven't seen in over 20 years and talked to them. I saw my cousin I haven't seen in over 10 years, who's now 22 somehow, and I'm 22, so I don't know how that works.
Exactly.
So
girl math.
Girl math. But, and I got to this point where I had reinvented myself so many times, and I had realized I wasn't losing myself or reinventing myself. I was evolving.
Yeah.
And I think so many people get lost in who am I? What am I doing? And they get lost in a role of motherhood, wife, their corporate job, CEO, whatever. And then you're just, who am I outside of this? I've lost myself completely. So I lost myself, I found, because I learned I was living as an extension of my biological mother. And I don't refer to her as mom anymore. I don't speak to her. We're no contact. It's really hard. It was one of the hardest decisions I ever made in my life. But I refer to her as Rhonda. So if you hear me say Rhonda, that's her.
We're talking about mom. Okay.
Yes. So when I really cut out everything that I had realized was an extension of her, I had no idea who I was myself.
Yeah.
So going back to Oklahoma after 20 years, which is where all the trauma happened, and meeting these people, seeing these people, experiencing what I experienced, it was really kind of a life-pivoting, life-changing moment for me. Mm-hmm. And I came back, and I'm talking to my husband, Will, and I'm like, I don't know what I need to do. I'm just at a standstill. And he's like, why don't you look into coaching people? Like, you've been there, you've done that, you love helping other people. And I had helped people by coaching them without realizing I was coaching them.
Yeah.
Both in business and in personal life. So I looked into it, and I signed up for a course and got my credentials and founded the Ember Collective.
I love that. So what certifications do you need to become a coach?
So surprisingly, you don't need any certifications to become a coach. I am a very big credentials person.
Yeah. You want to legitimize what you're doing, for sure.
So it's an umbrella, the International Coaching Federation, and under that, you can do many different coaching, life coaching, personal training, nutritionists, like things like that. I think all of it falls under the ICF. So there's courses through different universities, even online, but I went through UCF and did their course under the ICF and got my life coaching certification.
All right. I love that. That's good to know that there's even something out there for people to go do if this is something they want to look into as well. So I want to go back just a little bit, because you said you had went back to Oklahoma. Was this to like move and you ended up living there, or was this just like to like revisit and have an epiphany moment in life?
I'm a very fly by the seat of my pants, and spontaneity is my love language. Yeah. I hadn't been to Oklahoma in 20-something years. I am a sports fan, so NBA, it was Oklahoma City Thunder that were in the finals.
Okay.
So it was finals weekend, and I was like, my grandfather who lives out there, my dad's dad, and that's a whole other thing, but he lives out in Oklahoma City still, and they usually come to visit us in Florida, but he's having heart issues. And he missed us and missed me so much. And I was like, you know what? It's the finals weekend for NBA in Oklahoma City. It's going to be crazy energy. I haven't seen my grandfather in a couple of years now. Why don't I just fly out, surprise him, stay downtown, see some friends I haven't seen in over 20 years, and just, I don't know. It was one of these things that just like came to me.
Yeah.
And Will knows me, so he was like, are you sure? I mean, like, a ticket right now to Oklahoma City is going to be pretty expensive with the finals and everything. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, we can make money back.
Exactly. You can always make money.
You can't get that memory or experience. And I would hate for something to happen to my grandfather, and then I didn't get to see him, like, after this opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I flew to Oklahoma City and bought my ticket the night before, flew in, got my hotel downtown Oklahoma City on the plane, surprised my grandfather. It all worked out. I ended up renting a car. And then it was so wild. I went, and this kind of doesn't have anything to do with anything except for be delusional.
Yeah.
Okay. And anything that you want in yourself. So I stayed in a nice hotel downtown. I didn't realize it had just opened like months ago.
Yeah.
It's a social club.
Okay.
So it's like a multiple level, like it's a social club on one level, a hotel on another. But if you stay at the hotel, you get access to the private social club.
Nice.
So I'm there, and I'm meeting like NBA wives. They're like, oh, hey, if you want to hang out, I'll send my driver. And I'm like, what? Like, oh my gosh, okay. And I rented myself a Mercedes to get around town. Like, I was like, I'm going to live my life of luxury because
that.
I feel good. I want to feel good. And this is the life I want. And if I live it a little bit, I'm gonna work for it even harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I just love that. Delulu.
Yes.
No, that was so good, and
like
what a thing to even say, because I really do feel like that you need to embody what you want to be. Obviously it's not every single day, but the fact that you even gave yourself that treat and just like lived it, and what an awesome experience to have. Like,
it was.
That's good for you. I love that. Now, I bet you $10 that was part of your transition, because it sounds like this trip to Oklahoma was almost like closing one door, knowing that you can like move on and finish it, and then almost like the beginning of opening to like the life that you want and going down that path. So
it was a huge transition period for me. I went there kind of spontaneously, enjoyed myself tremendously. And this was also the first time. I've been married for 13 and a half years. I have 3 kids. And this is the first trip that I took by myself for the first time.
I love that.
So it was kind of like a bittersweet thing. Like, I love my husband, I love my kids, but oh my gosh, like, having some alone time is amazing.
Yeah.
And then visiting where the trauma came from and being able to, like, not let it bother me or not revert back to anything that was upsetting or traumatic. You know, everybody processes trauma differently. Yeah, I came back home and I was really kind of almost lost. Like, oh my gosh.
I feel like you were looking.
Yeah.
Not lost.
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah. Yes, not lost, but I was like, something has to give and it has to work.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be my purpose and my passion, because I've done so many things that I've really truly enjoyed, but it wasn't truly me.
Yeah.
You know, I really had a good time and it taught me a lot, and it really taught me everything I needed to know up to this moment. I now have experience in so many facets of life to help so many different people. And that's kind of where I'm at now.
I love that. So Megan is actually a part of a real estate team with her husband. So again, something else you were doing with someone else. So I feel like Ember Collective is like Megan's baby.
It is.
And, you know, that faithful trip was the start of it. So tell me a little bit about Ember Collective, what it means to you, who your ideal client is, and what someone can expect if they work with you.
Yeah, the Ember Collective. So the Ember is pretty much a metaphor for the fire within us, because your fire doesn't truly go out. You just need a little spark to reignite it. And then once you have your fire blazing, you can go wherever, do whatever. You're on fire.
Absolutely.
You know? You're lighting up rooms. You're lighting up your life. You're lighting up whatever it is that you want to light up.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the reason I went with Ember. I really just liked that metaphor for it. Originally, I was looking into mainly moms or, you know, multifaceted women who were burnt out. And I love that. I love them. And I'm still here to help them and speak to them. But it really hit me when I went to Oklahoma, and it really hit me recently, that I wish I had somebody like me when I was in my 20s, 18 to 25, 28. I really want to be a safe guide and mentor for someone who feels like maybe they don't want to take advice from their mom or their parents, or maybe they can't. They don't have that, or their dad or whoever. But I want to be able to guide them and basically tell them, know yourself before you commit to a life that you're not choosing.
Yeah.
Choose your life, because so many times societal norms push us into this is what we do next.
Yeah.
This is
what you're supposed to do.
What you're supposed
not
to
what
do.
you want to do.
Yeah. And so we get pushed into that, and it's not us choosing our life, it's life choosing us. And people get so lost in that. Mm-hmm. And if I could go back and tell myself, and don't get me wrong, I love my husband, I love my kids, I love my life and the life that we've created, but I wish that there was a time where I learned the clarity and alignment of myself and who I truly was before attaching myself to anybody or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that because I don't know if you know me, but I've been with my husband since I was 16 years old. We've been married for 26 years, together 30 years. I love my husband more than anything, but I have literally never been alone in my life. So I get that. But I mean, obviously, the reason I am who I am is because of him too. But I know exactly what you mean of just like doing for you and finding out who you are and moving forward that way. Also for me, I was a teacher for 5 years, so I just have a teacher heart. So I do real estate, mortgages for a living. I'm in the real estate business. It's a lot of young girls that get into it, and I just love being a mentor for them too. I'm going to mom you so hard. Like, come with me and I will take care of you. But a lot of times too, they're intimidated to ask questions to their broker, or they don't want to sound stupid. So I always feel like I'm like the, safe place for them to come talk to. And I've just been doing this for so long that I know I can teach them the best way to do it going forward. So that's awesome. Okay, so we're working with young girls and even moms wanting to respark. It's funny because I'm actually this year going into the new year, so obviously we're all thinking about what we want for 2026, and that's how I kind of feel. I'm in the minutia of like the everyday. I've been having like office changes, and it's like I just need kind of the spark back for like what I love to do, and that's help people, invest in real estate and change their life through real estate, because that's what it did for me. So I'm sure you're getting a lot of that as far as clients wanting to make game plans for 2026.
Yes.
And
a lot of people will ask me like, how do you set a goal and keep it?
Yeah.
Or like, so many people.
I know.
So, and that's the big thing is I think we think about the big picture and how we're going to get there and what it looks like, but we don't relax. It's like hustle culture. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, well, you have to work hard. You have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you have to do this. No, relax and enjoy the experience of getting there.
Yeah.
Like remember your values, remember your why. If you don't make a goal or set a goal based on your values, your why, your what's important to you, then it's gonna falter. It's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to come back to that multiple times because it's not motivation and that keeps you going. It's the discipline. It's the discipline of remembering why you started.
Yeah, absolutely. And the passion behind it. Because for us, we get so focused, in real estate. That's all I can acute to, because that's what I've done for so long. Yeah. But it's always to the next, like how many deals are you closing this month? Oh, I have to get this many the next month. So it's just always like chasing something that you don't ever relish of, like, I just closed 30 deals this month. Like, I am a badass. Like, it's always just keeping going, which is good. You want to have that, but we just forget to appreciate it. So you always feel that hustle and the pressure to like keep going and then never, in my office, we always say you got to like celebrate the small wins because it's just a daily grind where, hey, you just got to clear a close in like 3 days. Oh my God, like ring a bell. Like that's amazing. Like celebrating the little things. And I think that's what we forget when we're going about our everyday lives. So it's good to remember that. Well, what can someone expect? Like if they reach out to you, want to join your coaching program, just even what's the process for that? How do people generally reach out to you? And then what does your coaching program look like for them?
So my coaching program is, I have a few different options. People usually reach out via DM on Instagram. I do a lot through Instagram.
You do. You look so cute. She does her outfits of the day. She looks cute every day. She inspires me.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I try.
She has good stuff on her Instagram, so you have to go check it out. What's your Instagram?
The Megan Clark.
The Megan Clark. Go check her out.
Thank you. People will reach out and they usually say like, I like your style. I like, what you're teaching, I do like series every 8 weeks. Usually I haven't started a new one yet. I'm going to wait until the new year now because it's so busy, and I usually will set up a consultation call with them, 15 to 20 minutes, and just to get a vibe, like, because I need to know that we vibe well together. Because if we don't get along or we're going to butt heads or we don't agree on the same, like, getting there situation, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And another thing with me is I'm a very actionable driven person. And my coaching is very actionable and driven. If you say you want to coach and you come in and I say, hey, I want you to start doing this or implementing that, and you don't do it, every week I'm looking at the trackers and it's not there. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a couple of friendly like pushes and then I'm going to get upset.
Yeah. What's the point of coaching and paying for something if you're not going and willing to put in the work for it?
Right. Yeah. And I don't want them to pay me. Like, I could be like, well, you're paying me. So, oh, well, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. But that's not my purpose.
Yeah.
And so I will break a contract if somebody is not showing me that they're driven and actionable and they're willing to put in the work, because I'm not going to be held accountable for
your inaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but that's beside the point. I do coaching one-on-one. My prices vary depending on, I like to say, it depends. For most people, am I supposed to say my price?
You can, sure.
Okay. Sorry.
Why not?
Sorry.
Hey, it might have people, because people probably think it's super expensive, because I've done coaching. I'm a big fan of coaching, and I encourage it for everybody. It literally changed my life. My business went from writing sticky notes, and that's how I was keeping track, and I was closing $80 million a year. So I'm a big fan of coaching, and some of these coachings that you sign up are so expensive where you're like, you're delusional. Like, I'm sure you're worth it, but I can't afford that. So I feel like, yes, absolutely.
So I like to work with people where they're at, especially working with the younger crowd. Yeah. Because they might be in college, they might be have a part-time job, or they're not ready in their career yet. I do $800 is like the max amount that you will pay for a one-on-one coaching session with me. If you sign up for 3 months in advance, then you get a discount.
Okay.
I also do a 6-week group coaching program, and it's $500 a person, and you get 6 weeks and a workbook.
Yeah.
And you can do, like, you can add on one-on-one coaching at a different price. It's like $120.
I'm actually a big fan of group coaching because I just feel like everybody's in the process with you.
Yes.
And then it gives you someone even outside of your coach to mentor with and bounce ideas off of each other. So I love group coaching.
I absolutely agree. And the Ember Collective, it's a collective because it also is a community. So if you coach with me, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, if you do a session with me, you can be in the community if you so choose. You're invited to it. You can join the community, and it's just all like-minded individuals who want the best for each other and themselves. And like you said, bounce ideas off of each other. Celebrate your small wins. It's a place for you to feel safe to come and like brag about yourself.
Yeah.
Because we need to brag about ourselves.
We do. Because I feel like we're always told not to, and that you feel awkward when you do, but you need to celebrate your wins. Like you're out here crushing it. So one thing that you said too about just creating the community, and this is really with every small business that has come in here, that's the number one thing is they want to try to create community for their business and other businesses that could be associated with them. And I think that's what's so important is you need people on your team that are always cheering you on, but also that are there for you for times that you need, and then you be there for them. So I think just creating that community environment. Yes. I always say your network is your net worth, and I know that's been said a million times, but anything in my life that's happened amazing to me is by someone I know from someone I know from someone I know that I've been connected to. And it's the number one thing that I try to teach my children is never burn a bridge, for one. Always do what you're going to say, and the people you know are going to get you far in life. So take care of your people. So
I agree. I love that.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Okay. So once you're in coaching, so how long do your coaching sessions usually last for someone? I mean, obviously as long as they want, but what's a general coaching program?
So we do once a week. We meet once a week for 30 to 45 minutes. I say 30 minutes, but we can go over, depending. I usually give myself a cushion between calls. And we establish what your goals, your values, your whys, like that's what we start with is what is it that you want to achieve through coaching? And I'm a value driven person.
Yeah.
Let me know my why. And even if you're multi-passionate, multifaceted, which I completely understand because I'm doing like 5 things at once.
Yeah.
But you have to put 1 or 2 of those things in the priority lane. So what do you really want to focus on right now? Golf for me, as an example, isn't a priority, but I love doing it, so I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
But my baby right now, the Ember Collective and Lit Speaking and networking and getting myself out there, that's my priority right now. So we really focus on where your priority needs to go, what you need to focus on, and then I have you do a couple of different tests and I say tests, but they're like... What's the word I'm looking for? I just blanked. Like evaluations, kind of. Like to see where you're...
Self-assessments and even exercises,
Assessment is the word I was looking for. Assessment. So there's the Clifton Strengths. Have you heard of Clifton Strengths?
I have not, so tell me about it.
Clifton Strengths is by Gallup, I believe, is like the business name. Mm-hmm. And it's an assessment. I think it's 100 questions, and as the questions go on, it basically asks you the same questions in different ways.
Yeah, and sees how you're
and it's like stronger to weaker, whatever. And it'll tell you your top 5. It'll tell you your top 30, I believe, strengths.
Okay.
But it'll tell you your top 5. Your top 5 are like the ones we work with. We take those top 5 and we plug them in to figure out how you can get to where you want to go utilizing your strengths.
Okay, I love that. I'm going to have to take that test. I love assessments like that as far as, what is the ENFJ, what's their personalities, your love language. Like, I've taken all of those, so I'm surprised I haven't heard of
Yes, I'll send it to you. I love it.
That.
My husband heard about it from a real estate group.
Okay.
And he was like, you should take this. And I was like, should I? And I did. And I was like, this is amazing, and I want to implement this in my coaching.
Yeah.
So you do have to pay for that assessment, but if you coach with me, I provide that.
Yeah.
So we base it off of your strengths, off of your values. And coaching, usually I say 3 months is a good amount of time.
Yeah.
because I'm a coach.
Yeah.
If you want me to continue to pop into your life after that as a mentor or as somebody just saying, hey, we still on track? Cool. We can work on that. We can figure that out. But you shouldn't need a coach really longer than 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
If you continue to need them, and I'm basically giving you everything that you need to flourish and move on your own. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing my job as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I think coaching just gives you that foundation to like get started. You don't know what you don't know. And again, so for you, you're mainly working with them, finding out what their core values are, what they want to accomplish. So are most of these people that you're working with, is it business related? Is it life related?
It's a mix.
Yeah.
There are some times where someone will come in and they'll say, well, I want to be her. I want to be more confident.
Yeah.
I want to be, in my job and my life and in this, but they're coming to me and they're not putting any effort into themselves.
Yeah.
And, and I have to say this in a very eloquent way, like, I'm not saying you look like crap. I'm not saying, but if you want to be confident, it takes a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And it'll become a habit.
Yeah.
And you'll start feeling a lot better once you start doing it more often. But if you just roll out of bed, throw on, a t-shirt and some leggings, and no offense to anybody who does that, because there are days that I have those days too. And then you come in and you want to sit down with your coach and say, all right, let's get started.
Yeah.
I want to be more confident. Well, let's start there.
Yeah. You got to feel confident.
Yeah.
You're talking my language because I'm very much a person. I get up every single day. I do my hair every single day. I put on a full face of makeup every single day. I put on an outfit every single day. Even if I'm just going into the office and I don't see a single person, I don't care. I look fabulous. And because for me, it's what helps me and keeps me motivated and doing my best always. The days where I know I don't put forth the best effort, I find I don't put forth the best effort in anything I do that day.
Yes.
So I'm a firm believer and I preach it. I actually have some employees that work from home, and I had one of them come to me and they were like, well, I'm lacking motivation. And I'm like, well, you literally get out of bed, you roll in front of your computer, you're still in your pajamas pretty much, and I'm looking at you, and it's coming across that way when you're talking to the clients and everything. Like, take the time for yourself to put on makeup, feel good, feel pretty. We actually ended up, like a month after we had that meeting, we ended up doing like a company photo shoot, and she got her hair and makeup done for the photo shoot, and she literally cried. She's like, I feel so pretty. And then from that period on, she, for a couple of months, was doing really good and getting herself ready every day. And then, of course,
it's a habit. It's a habit that you have to basically tell you. It's discipline too.
Yes. But it physically makes a difference, and I feel like if people saw that and they truly cared about becoming better, they would take the step. It's almost like make your bed daily, like start with those little things, and getting yourself ready every day is
little things compound into big, massive changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I love that you teach that. Okay, so then with the coaching program, so if you're working with them, if they're not showing the interest, continue to go forward. I'm backtracking here, but so as far as going 3 to 6 months with the coaching program, I know that you said that you want to be done, but like I've been in coaching for like 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
I love coaching, and I like to continue on. I like to do it with different people. So I've not stayed with the same coach.
Right.
And we kind of get on different topics as far as, one was like organizational, how to processes and systems into your business and integrating that. Then some are more like leadership focused, and like how do you motivate people, and that's what I'm into now since I have a team. And it's one of my things that I always struggle with, of my team looking at me for the leadership and motivation, where I'm just like get to work every day and like it happens kind of person. So me transitioning like to that role has been hard for me. It's funny because even just like talking at my company Christmas party, and I'm like, we did awesome this year, guys. We'll do better in 2026, and I know they want more from me.
Yes.
I'll work on it, I promise. But, I feel like you should always continue coaching to get better in different aspects and working with different coaches. So.
And that's a good point that you make, because I'm a mindset coach.
Yeah.
I'm a life and a mindset coach. So I'm teaching you ways to rewire your brain. And I'm teaching you ways to, look at the positive instead of the negative, or just mindset, everything that can shift your perspective.
Yeah.
about life or about whatever it is. So you can come to me with whatever it is, but there are going to be times where I'm like, well, that's more of a business coach person, or that's more of a leadership coach person. So you can start with me to get your mindset right.
Yeah.
And then if you want to continue with a coach, absolutely. I love coaches. I love mentors. I mean, same. I don't have one currently. I am looking for one, but I am looking for a mentor currently.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that. And if that's your jam, and some people just love that accountability too. They just love that, like, not that they necessarily need it, but I'm a task-driven person. So when I have a mentor or a coach and they're like, all right, I want you to do this, this, and this, I'm like, okay, did it.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
You know, so
that's me too. That's what I get out of it. It's the check-in. It's the accountability of, like, are you doing what you said you were going to do? I just like that I have to answer to someone.
Right.
I know that sounds weird.
I know. No, I get it.
That. Yeah.
I totally get it. I'm the same way. But it can't be my husband.
Yeah. I know. It's so funny how when it comes to our spouses, it's like
love you, but no.
Like, you're nagging me.
Yes. Get out of here.
So weird. Well, awesome. So I want to talk about something that you feel, because I know you have started on something new, a new hobby, but it's changing your life. So something that you feel like a beginner at.
Oh my goodness. Golfing. I started golfing. So a little backstory, more than 15, because I've been married for 13 and a half now. Wow. I'm aging myself now. Okay, closer to 20 years ago, maybe, I dated a guy whose dad was in the PGA.
Oh, cool.
So he tried to get me into golf. But at that 20-year-old mindset, I was like, I'm not like...
Yeah, golf's boring.
Well, yeah, golf is boring, and I wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize golf is something that you have to continuously do and practice at. And there's so many intricacies, like the way your hand moves or you're holding your golf club can make a whole different difference on your swing and all that. So I was like, well, I'm not good at this. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I touched a golf club. And then something in me, I was like, you know what? Girls can golf and we belong on the greens because that's where deals are made. And it is fun. And I see my husband doing it and I see all these men doing it. Well, I want to be out there doing it too. So I picked up a golf club and started swinging. And because I'm short, I had to get custom golf clubs.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
So it was kind of like a accountability thing for me too, because now that I paid that much for a set of golf clubs, I'm like, well, I really have to stick to this. I have to. I can't just give up on it. So I invested in it and I joined a golf course membership. And yeah, we try to get out there once or twice a week, which is still not enough to be like good. But I've documented it all through Instagram. So if you're on my Instagram, you can go see like when I started swinging the golf club in my backyard to going to the driving range, building up enough confidence to do that, and then actually play a whole 18 holes. And
she looks cute doing it. Just to know that.
I try. Confidence is half the battle on the golf field, okay?
It is.
Anywhere, really.
It is. What I love too, you chose the hobby that you chose was still another male-dominated, have to prove myself hobby.
Yeah, it is, but I'm
Says
going
a
into
lot
it with a different mindset.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't have to prove myself to anything. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to show you that you can suck. You have to be a beginner.
Yep.
Not everything that you do you're going to be great at as soon as you do it. It takes time. It takes practice. And it's really a metaphor because it's just you and the ball. You can't blame anybody for anything out there.
It's all you and the time you put into it.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like a team sport. Yeah, you're usually playing with a pair or 4 people, but you're not. I can't blame my husband for my bad hit. I mean, unless he like really yelled or hit me or pushed me or threw something at me.
Don't give him ideas.
I know. He doesn't need any.
It's the only way he can win now, right? Because you said you're doing better than your husband right now.
I am doing better than my husband.
Giving him ideas so he can.
I know. But so it's like just really you and the ball and everything that you are taking in. You have to slow down and you have to look at everything that's going on. How's my grip? How's my stance? Where's the pen? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
And then if you suck on one hole or you drive really well and then you chip really terribly, well, you can't. If you get mad and you get upset, your whole game is out the window.
Yeah.
So that's another lesson. Yeah. Like, take that off of the golf course. Like, just because you have a bad 5 minutes in your day doesn't mean the rest of your day is going to suck. Don't let it.
It's easy, and I do feel like people do that all the time, is they let one thing that happened in 1 second in a day change the whole trajectory and their attitude for the rest of that day.
Yes.
So I always try to shake things off. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's always a good point for just a daily, like, taking
daily,
on.
just yes.
Life isn't that serious. It's okay.
No.
I think especially in, my industry, is a lot of people, come, and it's big egos, and it's big, like, the sky is falling moments, when it's like, look, even if the sky's falling, like, let's make a game plan and, like, move forward. It doesn't have to be the sky's falling. Like, there's a solution for every single problem. So
Exactly.
Well, I love that you're golfing, and I love watching your journey with that. And you do look like a pro now, because I think it's only been a few months, right?
I started in May.
Yeah. And I mean, you just that transformation there. Again, follow her on Instagram, because she does a lot of cute things. And so you were even doing improv there for a little bit. So what sparked you to do that? Are you like were you a drama nerd in school?
I wasn't.
No. I'm dying to know what brought you into.
Okay. I'm sitting in therapy after going no contact with my mom, and trying to figure out who I am. And all of my childhood memories were pretty traumatic. And then I have a couple of home videos, and they're all curated.
Yeah.
But I remember one home video, and I'm patting my mom or her friend down, I can't remember. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm going to be a cop when I grow up." And then she was like, "A cop? I thought you said you wanted to be an actress." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be both." So when I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old in this video.
Yeah.
So I knew there, as a child, I wanted to be an actress or a cop or a cop. Well, I'd already been a cop.
So naturally,
I was like, well, I'm gonna try something else that my child and me really wanted to do. So I saw Funky Dog Improv down in O'Galley, and I found out they did classes. So I took some improv classes, loved it, absolutely loved it. Got invited to join the troupe, so I'm on the troupe and performing every Saturday night. I had to take a step back because I was really busy with getting my baby figured out and life and mom of 3 and that whole thing. But I do absolutely love it, and I absolutely recommend improv for anybody. And it doesn't mean like you're going to go on the stage and you're going to perform improv. It doesn't mean you're going to join the troupe or you're going to be some big improviser. But the classes teach you, so you go back to your childlike state. It's like where you're allowed to be weird and be silly, and like anything exists, anything can happen.
Yeah, I love that.
And then you can also utilize it in conversation. So I found that being a cop actually helped a lot in my improvising training, because I was having to improvise the whole time I was a cop. Like, you get thrown some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
can
like,
only imagine.
like, how am I going to handle this? You just got to roll with it. You gotta figure it out on your feet, like right there. And so in improv, it's similar. And the one thing that I love about improv, I'll say this. Sorry, I don't want to ramble about this.
No,
but
that's good.
The one thing I do love is that when you're on stage, because everyone is so scared to go on stage as to be an improv. Like, when you talk to people about improv, they're like, "Oh, I could never." And I was like, "But you could."
Yeah.
Because there's always another person up there.
Yeah.
You're always a team with someone. It's always a yes and. No one's ever going to tell you no. They're gonna take what you've given them as a gift, and they're gonna 100 times it.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna give you a gift, and you're gonna 100 times it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just such a great metaphor for life. Like, take what people are giving you. Don't say no. Just say yes and.
Yeah.
Yes and. And maybe you don't necessarily agree with them, so your yes and can be more of a, I'm walking away from this, but it doesn't have to be no all the time, or I'm not doing that. Yeah. Or there's always going to be someone that you can lean on to say yes and with.
Yeah. It teaches you to be open to different people and experiences too. What I also think about even improv, relating it to me, I have a sales job. So, I mean, and you, even as a coach, you're selling yourself and your product to people. I think that's where it really helps you too. It helps you effectively communicate with each other. It helps you think fast on your feet. Like, that's what I'm sure when you were a police officer, it was absolutely needed. But really it helps you relate to people too, because you're becoming so many different things that it just makes you, I want to say a chameleon, and that makes it sound bad in that aspect, but I
doesn't.
actually see like a chameleon as like a great thing,
Yes.
adaptable, you know, like so.
I love so Makeup by Vivi James. I'm gonna mention her real quick at the event that.
Oh, I was there.
Yes, you were there, and she talked
metaphor.
about being called a chameleon.
Yeah.
And I resonated with that so much because when I was a cop, my daughter, she was 3 at the time, gave me a little chameleon.
Aww.
It was like a little, like this big. And I hung it on my mirror in my cop car because I was like, I have to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
Every day I have to adapt. I have to change. I have to relate to my environment no matter what I'm doing. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think that is a skill.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a skill too of being able to change. It's funny, I love my husband to death, but he is the type of person, that's why we've been married as long as we have. He could do the same thing every day. And for me, like that would drive me crazy. Like I'm the exact opposite, and we're yin and yang, and we talk about that all the time. But I do feel like that's what gets you further in life is when you can be adaptable and not be afraid to change and
evolve. We're always evolving.
Yeah. It's the whole point of life is what I always say.
Yes.
I always like when, hearing like, oh, that person's changed. That's the whole point of life. Who wants to be the exact same person? You're not the same person from the day that you were born. I'm not the same person from when I was 18. The whole point of life is to learn, grow.
I'm not even the same person I was a year ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so what is the future? Because I know you have some exciting things planned for 2026.
I do.
So I can only imagine, because I'm just even thinking about following your journey over this past year, like how much you've done and changed, and I can't even imagine, what 2026 is going to bring for you.
So a couple of things. I'm actually going to be back in college.
I love that.
So
I'm a lifelong learner, so I support it.
No, it's actually just my AA.
Okay.
I found out that, and not just anybody who has their AA, that's amazing. Anybody who has anything, that's awesome. Good for you. I found out that I had 3 credits left to get my AA.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's so silly. And I'm a Navy veteran, so the Navy's going to pay for my college.
You owe it to yourself to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's a couple of days a week of being in school for a few hours? Like, I can do that. I can, and it'll just make me feel really good. It's self-care. So I'll be doing that in the spring.
I love it.
But I will also be leaning into my public speaking brand, which is Lit Speaking.
I love the name. When you texted it to me, I was like, I just love it. So what does Lit stand for?
So Lit it's fun. It's kind of like, like everyone wants to be like, oh yeah, you're getting lit. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to light you up for sure. But LIT is actually an acronym for leadership, identity, and transformation. Because once you know yourself, you can lead yourself to the light of your life. And that's what's really important to me, is that when you come to an event that I'm speaking at, that you're going to take something from it. You're going to feel lit up when you leave there, that you can trailblaze, that you can do whatever it is that you're going to be a little delulu, we're going to be a little,
you need it in your life.
Yes. So that is where like lit came from me, and it kind of plays off of the Ember. So the Ember is there, we spark it up, and now we're going to get lit.
I love that. It's the perfect
Yes.
combo there. So is this more like you're going to be doing public speaking, or are you going to help people become better public speakers?
I will be public speaking.
Okay, I love that.
So I will be public speaking. I have the Women of the Space Coast is doing a retreat in February, and I will be a keynote speaker there.
I love that. And we've spoke at events together, so I know what a great job that you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, do amazing.
So I'm really excited, but I'm leaning into that, and I'll be rebranding my social media more to be more storytelling and really like, hey, I do public speaking. This is why I do public speaking. This is who I help. This is how. And what I love about public speaking compared to the coaching aspect of everything is that coaching is really great, but you really need to lean into a specific avatar.
Yeah. Which
I really want to help the younger crowd. With public speaking, I can help a multitude of people because I can speak for different things, and like the event that we did, I spoke on finance.
Yeah.
Like the mindset behind finance.
Yeah.
So you can, my coaching and what I speak on, I can really kind of put into anything. So I can help the younger crowd if it's like a young entrepreneurial retreat, but I can also come and speak on what it's like to live through trauma and get past it and shift your mindset and not let your trauma determine who you become as a person.
I love that. So for the public speaking, when someone comes and hears you speak, and I mean, I think it's a good compliment to your coaching program too. So hopefully then they want to have you as a coach too. What are you doing, like different, are you focusing on, it's funny because I've been watching podcasts about, coming up with keynotes and like how to come up with your different speeches and stuff. Do you think you're going to kind of just have one that you then go share? Or are you going to be kind of morphing it for whatever it is that your audience that you're there?
I think I'm going to have 2 or 3 that I really focus on.
Yeah.
And they're going to be speaking to your younger self. Like if I could, and it would be like the younger crowd.
Yeah.
Me speaking to them. And then there's going to be the burnout, reinventing, figuring out who you are outside of your roles in life. And that's going to be more for the older, established crowd.
Me?
No, well, I don't mean like older, but I mean like they're not 28 anymore, so, but yeah, like people, because I'm well into my almost 40.
It's good to get remotivated because that is when you get so career focused, and that's like, for the last 9 years, that's what I've been doing is just hustling hard, where it's like, okay, how do I go from like the next transition of my career? So I feel like that is a perfect age group because you generally are at your what's next, what do I do next? What am I supposed to do? I always joke, like, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Like
same.
So
Hello.
I love that though. It's good. So
I love that. And my biggest thing too is that for the younger crowd, it's a long game.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you know this with real estate investing and investments in general, like everyone wants to just get there.
Yeah.
But it's something you got to make some sacrifices early on to really be able to enjoy yourself later. And I think so many people don't realize that. And if I could go back and change some of the things I did, I'd be a lot farther now than I am, but I'm in a good place. But I would, where could I be now? Like, what would the trajectory be?
Yeah.
And I know you can't think like that, and I'm not saying like sit on your past and wonder, but just I want to make sure that people up and coming have those opportunities and know about those opportunities and take advantage of them.
Yeah. I feel you brought up a good point. I feel like we just live in an instant gratification society now. Even my son's 18 and him even, he literally said to me one day, I just like ready to be 40. He already wants to have a career. He already wants to have kids and a family and like own a house. And I was like, buddy, there is so much life that happens in between that helps you find out who you are. Like you have to go through it, but it's almost weird. Like this generation just doesn't want to go.
It's so
go
wild.
It. So, hopefully that changes. I have heard that there's like a detachment from social media and detachment from all of that and getting into like living life and being present. And I think that's so important, especially as we move to such a, not to get off topic, but such a technologically, not present future when it comes to work and social media and all of that stuff of making sure we reconnect with people and not just through Instagram. Although I love connecting through.
Oh yeah, no, I love a good. I think there's time and place. There's a time and a place, and if you're not just like mindlessly scrolling and you're learning or you're coming across something that you take value from, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about it with my 7-year-old all the time. He's 7, but like I'm like, no, you're not going to watch YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no screen time. And he'd be like, well, can I watch the big TV? And I'm like, so we're going to go from a little screen to a big screen?
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, you can watch a movie. Well, why can't I watch YouTube? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like that, I want you to watch something, get some type of value or fun or something out of it. Because right now, when you're on your little screen, you're just...
Yeah,
this.
They actually say it's getting like the attention span shorter and shorter of people because of just the rapid movement. I will say the positivity of social media. This is going to sound so off topic, but I recently became a duck mom by absolute chance. I knew nothing about ducks.
Love this.
And the social media, I found all of these groups. There's other crazy duck ladies out there, and they taught me everything I know to care for my ducks and everything. So it is such a good tool, especially if you don't know something. There's so many great Facebook groups or communities that are out there to be a part of too. So it does have its positives as well.
Yes, it does, and I think that's where a lot of people are leaning into these days. I see a lot of people really leaning into like the value driven and finding value in social media rather than just the like surface level consumer.
And I know I gravitate towards people who share more about themselves, not being perfectly like, hair done or whatever it may be, or even I keep seeing people implementing AI, and I get it. It's free up your time and implement AI, but you can't take yourself out of it, and it's so obvious still that that's what you're doing, and it's like such a turnoff when I see that. So keeping yourself in your socials is what
Keeping
it's
it
all about.
authentic.
So exactly. Showing up as your true self, even if it changes as you go.
That's my. I mean, I've never started my Instagram over again.
Yeah,
I've had the same Instagram since when it came out. In like 2000 and
me too.
Whatever, and I've changed my Instagram handle numerous times because it's been a business page, it's been a personal page, it's been a business page, and now I'm gonna rebrand it to be this. And so I might lose some followers because they're like, well, I didn't follow you for that. Well, that's fine. I've shaped and evolved and shifted, and it's different now.
But
I'm authentic.
Anymore. Yeah, exactly.
And you're gonna get me even if I'm having a bad day. If I don't feel like posting, there's gonna be days where I don't post because I don't have time. But there's gonna be days where I don't feel like doing something, and I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna tell you I'm doing this, but I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel, and that's authentic, and I think that's important for people to understand.
Yeah. I agree completely, and for every one person that unfollows you, you get 10 new ones. So don't even stress over
I'm not stressing.
So awesome. Okay, so this coming year, I want to make sure everybody can get in touch with you.
Yes.
So where are you speaking again?
I'm speaking at the Women of the Space Coast retreat. If you follow Women of the Space Coast on Facebook, they post all of their events coming up.
Okay.
You do have to be a member, but I believe they're opening it up to non-members for a fee.
Okay.
And that will be, they haven't nailed down the place yet, but it'll be the last weekend of February.
Okay, perfect. So then I'm assuming any other public speaking events that you're doing, if they're open, you'll be sharing those on your socials. Again, you can find her on Instagram at
meganclark.com.
And it's Megan, spell it, because you do spell it a little bit different.
Maegan.
Perfect. I'm sure your mom just had to be different for that.
Oh, I don't. Who knows? Of course.
And then as far as Ember Collective, how can they reach out to you? Because I do believe you have a social for that page too.
No, I do everything under the Megan Clark. I LLC'd the Megan Clark.
Perfect. I love that.
So my website, the Megan Clark.
Okay.
Instagram, the Megan Clark.
All right. The Megan Clark. That's where you're reaching out to if you're interested in coaching services. She's absolutely amazing. Her energy, if you could just sit next to her, the aura that comes off of her, she's just good vibes, and you'll love being a part of her life for sure. So
thank you
so much for being a guest. This was fun.
I appreciate it. It's been a great time.
I cannot wait to watch you just conquer 2026.
So exciting.